Evening everyone, should be live now. We've just missed the daily race B. I was aiming for at 10 past. But we'll be mixing up with B and C tonight, and thinking about using the alt account to begin with. Haven't set any times, but we did practice these lobbies yesterday quite a lot, which was a lot of fun. So we've all worked on our racecraft. Evening Al. Evening Andy. Really enjoyed the lobbies yesterday. I haven't had time today to catch up on how Group 3 has been going. Group 3? Race 3. But I don't know if the fuel saving stuff is actually a big thing like we thought. Lobby for Al. As in, do you want to jump in the lobby for a little bit? Because it's definitely candy. It's on the alt account, so I'm not going to set a qualifying time. Oh, I'm quiet. Let me know if that's a bit better. I've had to change the cables. Hang on a second. Hang about. Let me know if that's working or if it's still super quiet. Just because I'll switch the microphone. I know that the audio levels generally are quite quiet. I just need to work out what to do. I don't know if you can hear the PlayStation in the background. If I swing this round, don't know if you can hear the PlayStation. It's properly going off today. Good news today with peripherals. Looks like PS4 wheels are going to work with PS5. So I think that's really good news.
Bluetooth mode.
Okay. And I think I'll probably switch over to PS5 ASAP if it's quieter. No, just using new gear levers. Yeah, it was our first time trying the chat yesterday. I think the levels again, I could adjust them a bit, but I think it worked quite nicely. Maybe we'll just kind of get the levels sorted beforehand. But yeah, at Monza, actually, let's jump in. I haven't had a look at any of this yet. What's the car of choice for quali? V12. GTR's up there, so maybe I'll use a GTR for quali. I don't know if anyone knows what the car of choice for the race is. And then Seaside. I know Treviso and Nathan were both in the top 10 at one point today. But I think Nathan's literally just popped out because he was a 144.7. So Viper, TT Cup. I was using the Corvette yesterday. I was trying the Aston, it's lovely. Maybe I need to get used to the Aston then. So maybe we'll do a group tour at Seaside. I mean, do I want to do it on the main account? There's 15 minutes of quali. But we'll not be doing it based on Tidge's earlier vid. Did he have some SR issues? I feel like if there's a time to use the alt account, it's kind of now. Is my hunch. Do we need to buy some cars? Maybe we need to buy a car for Race B actually. Got 247,000 credits. I don't know what that gets us. Seems like it's probably worth buying the TT Cup. And then I think I have the GTR already on this account. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't see Chisney's earlier vid, but I think as I mentioned yesterday, with the penalty system the way it is, it could be really frustrating and quite dangerous on the main accounts, getting resets. I didn't take resets that seriously until I got reset. And it can happen very quickly as well. TT Cup. Oh man, it's expensive. Okay, we'll have to go in whatever we've got then. Maybe we'll get a bit more money. Some drivers went from S to E. Oh, that's... The thing is, it's not even necessarily your fault. Yeah. Especially in Monza Turn 1. You can't... Well, you can go 2 cars wide on the exit of Turn 1, or I guess it's strictly Turn 2, the second part of that chicane. But you are going to make contact. It's just impossible to go through in these kind of GT cars without touching. And it seems to be that one of you will get a penalty. And that doesn't seem exactly fair. I think it's a bit telling that for the special stage they had to literally turn off the penalty system to make it work. Oh, that's not where I want to go. That's an interesting round. Tsukuba in Group B in the rally cars. What's going to be the rally car choice there? Okay. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting for the penalties, won't it? Going sideways in the rally cars around Tsukuba. There's going to be lots of contact there. So at Seaside we're going to have to go in the... What am I doing? Cayman or the Genesis? Cayman's a good solid car normally. Al, I don't know if you or Andy, I don't know if you've tried out in... Well, I guess... Al, you haven't. Andy, I don't know if you tried out the daily race so far. I'm a little bit apprehensive. We had a lot of fun yesterday in the lobby because, you know, it was good fun, respectful racing, and, you know, like for Andy, I tapped you going into turn 1, and I backed out to not overtake you, and I think in the end it was all kind of fine. You just about made the corner, but, you know, I would get a penalty, or sometimes it could be something similar and you would get a penalty. It just kind of adds an extra edge to it. I don't know what you'd rather see. Would you rather see a race B or a race C? Because they're at the same time. I'm easy with both. I feel like a Seaside will be more fast and furious. Monza will be fun too because we'll be from the back trying to get past 20 cars. But I'll leave it up to you in the chat. Which one you'd like to see. Did a bit of iris. Gosh. Okay, mental this thing. I so much as look at it. That bloke in the hat, bit of Monza. 1 vote for Monza, 1 vote for B. It's evenly split at the moment. I was doing iRacing earlier in the Motorsport UK F3 Championship. Just took a fairly steady 4th place just to get some points on the board. Keeps me there or thereabouts in the hunt for a championship podium spot. I think I'm in 5th place. I didn't want to overtake the guy ahead of me because I've had a few issues with him before, so I just kind of pressured him from a distance. Andy having a few pedal issues. Don't know what that's about. I think was Steve having pedal issues and then he fixed them, if I remember. Oh, that you've just reminded me. I need to change something. Andy, you're an absolute lifesaver. Bring this round. This will be fun on camera. So when I I do iRacing in the F3 car, turn it so you can hear me maybe, I have to use the brake mod on my pedals. Otherwise it's just ridiculously easy to lock the brakes. What a lot of people do is they actually go into the software and they change the kind of maximum brake pressure and bring it down. But this mod just wouldn't work for GT Sport at all. Just unscrewing the mod. And the reason why the mod doesn't work for GT Sport is that GT Sport recalibrates the brake pressure every so often. So you end up having to push harder and harder on the brake during the course of the race. And if you just press the brake at the end of the race the same as you pressed at the beginning, you just wouldn't stop. Oh, now I've got the screw. Disaster. You don't have this in Formula 1. There we go. It's a bit like Lando Norris working on the car. Yeah, Kate's just let me know that the sound's no good. That's because I'm under the pedals. Oops. There we go, back in position. Cheers, Andy, for reminding me. Lifesaver. Sorry, I was under the desk, taking out the brake mod from the pedals, which I had in from the iRacing race earlier. I was just saying, I was working on the proverbial car. I guess it is a bit like a car, steering wheel and pedals. I don't know if you heard anything I said about the brake mod, but essentially I have to use it for F3 in iRacing because the brakes in iRacing will lock up on an F3 after about, I want to say 40%, maybe 30-40% brake pressure. So either you can just apply 30-40%, but it's quite difficult, or you can have a brake mod to basically make it progressively more difficult to brake. There's more resistance, so you can feel that lock-up point a bit better. So I put it in for iRacing and I forgot to take it out. Don't be afraid of the racing. I'm thinking about race B. It's just going to be fast and furious, and maybe it's a good shakedown for then going into a race C after. So let's do that. And if we really like it, we can switch over to the main account tonight, or maybe after the stream I'll do some quali based on what we've learnt. So what are we going to use? Cayman, pretty safe choice. I just watched a replay and saw how you meant to accelerate. I've got used to my flicking to accelerate, and it was so odd seeing it on full power and not moving. I don't know what that means. I got so used to mine flicking as I accelerate. Do you mean the throttle? Rating on the second account is pretty disastrous because we were down to SR9, probably the last time I used this. Let me just see if I can find the account. Hang on, that's... Oh, okay, yeah, it's my usual account with an underscore. SR16, Heady Heights. Jump in, Al. Jump in, Andy. DR is 10,000. SR is a Heady 16. I think the way the lobbies work is they group you by SR first, and then try and find the closest DR or something like that. Yes, the white bar for throttle. Okay, that's not good. If you've been racing like that for a while, then that's impressive, but that's not ideal. Evening, Steve. Steve looking very racy yesterday. Detonator, I'm scared to do race C. Yeah, we're all on the second account, aren't we? I mean, in a way, it's. So I was doing iRacing earlier, and honestly, no other game or sim. I don't know, maybe not. I don't really do sim racing. No other racing game gets my heart pumping like iRacing on the grid. Genuinely, because the consequences of contact are so severe, your whole race can be over. And I guess daily races, they come around every half an hour, but in the iRacing one for me, it's every 2 weeks. And maybe GT Sport is going more in that direction. It's like avoid contact at all costs. The thing is, it's a bit like a prisoner's dilemma, isn't it? Because other drivers can call your bluff and just say, well, I'm going to bar through here, and one of us will get a SR down. Evening, Ronin. How long to... I'm going to jump in the Cayman because I haven't used it yet. So that just gets ready. I tend not to do too well at turn 1 at Seaside. Ronin, great driving film, wasn't it? Wasn't it the one with that French guy? The French guy from Godzilla. The one with the nose. Yep, doing Daily B, Steve, on the odd account. If only I was sober. Well, we like to have our... What's the right word? I think we're connoisseurs of the spirits in this stream. If Ian's on, he can let you know about his... Well, Ian's actually not a cocktail man. I definitely am, though. What's going on there? Whoops. It is actually, for the first time, it is really strange going from iRacing with a brake mod to GT Sport full ABS and no brake mod, where the brake pedal's actually basically more of a button. Anyway, Key Devil, is that Kieran's Spanish cousin? See, one film I always meant to watch but never did it. Ronin. Is that the one that's directed by the same guy that did... Isn't there a classic like getaway movie set in Nice? Same guy that did the Transporter ones. I don't know. Evening, Ian. Hope you're well. Hope work went well today. Mondays. Mondays in lockdown definitely changed the dynamic of Sunday for me. Sunday light becomes less of a cliff edge in terms of timings. Got a 4 suggesting in B. Don't know if that's daily race B. I really should be practicing here because I need to get used to this. We'll get used to it. Work was deleting out 5,000 emails. Control A, Control Z, is it? What's delete? It's DRB. Well, you were holding your own yesterday at both Seaside and Monza. I think Monza was more of a newer track for you as well. Seems like a good time, Steve. Maybe I'll do some quali after a couple of races and see what I can get. Another Cayman up there. So we're not last somehow. Al on the old count, looks like. Wow, okay. Don't mind me. Whoa! Why am I braking there? Okay. So this is really loud, so I can't hear anything. Okay. Nope. What I will say about the Porsche is the engine noise is so crisp. It's you can really hear what you're doing with the throttle. Oops. Should we try and do it? Should we try and go for it? Oh, what happened there? Oh no. Oops, that was kind of my bad. My SR12 is going to go down. I've got an SR down for that as well. To be fair, that's the right outcome. Late there, late on the brakes, too late. I mean, it can be really hard in these lobbies. We talked about it before, but it's dog eat dog down here. Borstal class. Right, 8 seconds to make up. Let's give it a fair crack. I think we were a bit unlucky in the chicane. I'm not sure what happened last time. Need to find a braking marker here. It's too late. Trying to get my eye in there. Take it pretty much full throttle. This guy's a bit of a problem as well. We might be able to catch them. We'll see. Try and get some purple sectors if we can. We're definitely catching them. Technically flat. Not the fastest though. It's a difficult corner, that one. Are we going to go purple? I don't think so. That's a decent lap. Ooh, not quite. Are we just going to catch them? Going to be close. Well, actually, I'm not sure we can do it. That's better. Oh no! What a bad mistake. So you can do it flat in the Cayman, which is quite nice. I wasn't able to do it flat in the Corvette yesterday. So unfortunately we had that. I don't know where we lost so much time. I can't remember. Just nabbed the fastest. I don't know if that's a decent lap or not. I mean, did hit the wall on the way out the chicane. PS5 will support all PS4 wheels. Yeah, that's what I understand. They said anything licensed for PS4 will be supported for PS5. Which is, I think that's great news. And I think it means for me now I can have a look on eBay and see if any good used wheels come on the market. Safe in the knowledge that I can use in the PS5. Seaside, I need to get a low 146 or a high 145 and I should be okay on DR. What's the DR like on this account? Doesn't want to load. Here we go. We lost one DR. We lost one SR. Sorry. Went from 12 to 11. Yeah, there's a blog post from PlayStation where basically they said your controllers you won't be able to use on PS5, but they also said you can use wheels and stuff like that. I'd love to just set a quick quality time on my main account and just keep doing this race, but it just seems too risky. I don't think that fastest lap there was SlipStream assisted, and I'd probably lost about, I don't know, 2 or 3 tenths on the last straight because I just tapped the wall. So that might have been like a 46 dead. What am I doing? 46 dead. Yeah, I think if you can get into the 45s, you're doing quite well. I actually really enjoyed using the Cayman. It was just so good through the chicane. That bloke in the hat, will a PS3 wheels suddenly become useful again? Probably not. PS3 wheels. Even though the innards are often the same. I know Logitech do that with their G25 7.9. Steve, realise you don't need to lift and dash chicane. Yeah, I think it might be slightly car dependent. Does a TT have to lift? I imagine the top drivers don't have to lift in pretty much anything, but for me it was quite easy to go through flat in the Cayman. A lift isn't always a bad thing if it means that you don't get sideways on exit, as I did I think once or twice. I'm on the T150 as well, Shane. Although I wouldn't say no to some kind of Fanatec wheel. Using Viper and don't lift, yeah. I think Group 4 is just slow enough. Then I think you're completely right. In Group 3, that chicane really is hairy. And in Group 2, it's like, it's a lottery. Just done a 46.8 on the odds count. Nice. Ian, I'm in the TT and have to lift 3/4 at the gantry. That's my usual Group 3 thing. Lift at the gantry and then power through. I imagine the TT's a little bit. Should we have a look at a replay? See what they do? Here's the fastest TT time. RIP Ronan. We've all been there. I've definitely been there. Many a time. Ronan 45.9 in the Viper. Nice. I think anything in the 45s is good. Braking before that curb. All over that. Third gear nice and early. Braking really early there, not going down to second, keeping in third. Keeping it in fifth, wow, okay. Keeping it in very high gears here, I think. Keeping it in third through there. Right, let's see what happens in the chicane. Oops. So if the top 10 guy has to lift in the TT, I think you're right, Ian. You do have to lift in the TT. Interesting. Steve, yeah, please do hit the like button if you like the stream and the rating. Please feel free to subscribe as well to spread the word. Well, it's a bit of an annoying gap, isn't it? So what do we want to do? Do we want to do another race B or a race C? You get a lot more for your money in race C in terms of time. I just wish race B was just like bang, 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 just kept coming. They should just fit 5 of them in an hour. There's just a bit too much of a gap for race B for me. Tech Grant, there must be something wrong with my PlayStation. I can't do those fast times. I'm not sure. Driver's choice. I don't. If group I keep saying group. If race B was more regular, I'd be all over just doing race B, race B, race B. But if we do another race B, we have to wait. Is there no way we can do race B and then jump into race C immediately after? That must be possible, right? It's 5 laps. Will that work? Can we do a race B and then immediately a race C? 2 minutes to get everyone ready, and then 5 laps at about 1 minute from there. Not sure it's going to work. I do want to do a C, but I'm pretty easy. Trail break can gain a lot of time, that's true. I think especially at the last corner. Maybe, okay, let's do race C because, well, unless we can do a race B and then immediately go into a race C, which would be ideal, let's definitely do the race C at 11. See, if they made that 45, there'd be loads of time. Let me look at the back at the stream and see what time we finished the last one. Oops, I forgot to like my own stream. Is that a thing? No, it took us 13 minutes to do that one. Andy gone for race B. What am I talking about? We just missed race B. Get with the times. It's got to be race C. And it's, well, isn't the Corvette meant to be pretty good on short shifting? But we'll go for our GTR. Yeah, I know. Well, I was just deliberating whether I should do it, and then I missed the window. That's life. Andy third with a 46.5. Not bad. I think dipping into the 145s is a good kind of benchmark to aim for. So let's try and aim to win this race. or move as high up as we can. And to do that, we'll need to be pretty suave about fuel saving, whilst also overtaking, which could be difficult. Yeah, I agree. The funny thing about Dragon Trail in Group 3 is that for your quali time, you can risk it at the chicane, and you can actually carry a lot more speed through than kind of safer line. But I can't do that consistently and not hit the wall. So if you can do a quali time at Seaside in Group 3 that is kind of maybe faster than what you can normally do, if that makes any sense. Whereas in Group 4 I think it'll be a bit more even. Pretty basic livery on the auto count. How long have we got? 6 minutes. Let's find a nice livery. The other point with Seaside is the S's. Historically, that's where I've kind of my quali times have come when I've really nailed the S's and carried a lot of speed through. It's interesting to hear Nathan saying that he always looks at his speed as he's going through the S's and the chicane, which is obviously a really good thing to do. It's such a faff to find and apply a livery. What do we like? Got an eye on the time so don't miss out. Got Red Bull. I want to find that Bob Marley livery from yesterday from the RCZ. He wasn't the cleanest driver, but it was an epic livery. It's quite nice on this one, this Petronas one. Petronas. Drop that a like. Sim Racing Uruguay. That's quite a cool livery, isn't it? I think that'll do for us. Get rid of that basic livery. I had a few more. And we're going The Simpsons. Someone sent me a message after a race saying that I'd punted them or something, which may or may not have been true. But I think they said in the chat that they had a favourite Simpsons character. And I said I disagreed, and they got a bit upset about that in their message. Here we go, race C in the Simpsons mobile. It is true, Ian. I mean, liveries kind of make the game for me. I wish they did more kind of livery competitions in game, maybe. Like they did a livery of the day, livery of the week, and you could just vote for it. Maybe they get some credits or something. I know people spend a lot of time. Look at that. Oh, that was a bit of a short loading screen. That was far more interesting, these pistons. Right, let me get acquainted with the track, but not set a time. don't think I've nailed my braking points yet. Look at that. That's cool. I got distracted by my own livery on the bonnet. That's the first. What's that thing in the middle? Is that a crab? Hellfish. I don't know what the right brake balance is on the GCR. Don't think it's 0 though. Bit messy. That's going to distract people. They should do that in Formula 1. Tech Grant, maybe you only run into people whose livery you don't like. I did have a bit of a battle with the Bob Marley guy yesterday. I think he was a little bit dirty actually. He was having a pop at Treviso, who is literally one of the fastest drivers in the game. Should be a good race this. We'll start in 20th or about there and we'll try and work our way up whilst keeping an eye on the fuel. And we'll see what we can do. A bit like the reverse grid races from yesterday. Maybe pick up a boatload of SR and DR. Gandhi McNabb. Dear Mr. President. Interesting. A couple of Turkish drivers to navigate. Now that McLaren F1 is going to be seriously fast on the straight. Andy, not enough time. Did you just come out? Yeah, that's irritating, isn't it? I mean, can I just move it forward a couple of minutes? They could definitely move it forward 5 minutes. Hey, Jodie Jonah. Let me just check the tyres. We'll start on hard tyre. Hope it's going well for you this week. I can't see your times if you set them because I'm on the alt account at the moment. Big spread of times here. Hector coming in with a 2:14. It's funny how there were E-rank drivers. Oh, it's all quality time, yeah. I would actually like to try and get the DR up a bit on the alt account. Right, let's see what happens. Try and win in the mean car. It's going to be like a game this, where you have to beat like the mini bosses, and we'll keep going up hopefully, and then we'll get to the big bosses. Hopefully, that's the idea. I could just bin it in turn 1. Turn 1's going to be fun, isn't it? We'll try and be clean here and not pick up any penalties. Oops. Now, to be honest, the best thing to do here would just be to completely hand back. Just save a bit of fuel. I mean, this Turkish guy is going to go on the inside. There we go. Welcome to Monza. Don't mind me. You go, mate. Whoa! Whoa! Wow, that was like Motorsport UK F3 all over again. Didn't get a penalty though. Go save it. No, no, no. I do want to try and catch up here. Welcome to Monza Part 2. Look at the penalties here. It's like planes coming into Heathrow. Don't give me a penalty, please. No! Okay, SR down. We'll take it. We're down to what? 10 SR now? So we lost both the Turkish drivers. I just thought I'd save a bit of fuel. Okay. See you later, mate. Just thought I'd save a bit of fuel until this guy takes his penalty. Monza gonna Monza. It's the only way I can describe it. Oh, we lost a board there. That could make things interesting. Right, 5 seconds to make up. I wouldn't risk this in your main account, to be honest. Oh, we've lost an Italian. It's home race. Right, maybe we burn a bit of fuel to catch up with these guys. Be slightly less frugal. Just moving that block out the way, doing a bit of tidying. So that was too fast in, too slow out. Opposite of what meant to do. Is there anyone who's not serving a penalty here? Okay, that guy isn't. I mean, everyone's going to lose their soul in this race. Literally everyone. That I've seen. Whoops. Dr. Ali. Ooh. We could just chill here in a slip. Okay, no penalty for that. Whoops. Giving that place back because I was a bit... Maybe that was a bit too late from me, that move. Right, someone's pitting. I'm not going to give him that place back. I think that's probably my fault. I probably should have anticipated that and gone to the inside earlier. Anyway, here's what it is. Try and catch up with that guy. It's been a bit messy through there a few times. Oops. Nice livery. Look at that. Union Jack on the side. To be honest, not driving too well through there. Do we pit now or do one more lap? Maybe we pit. Let's follow these guys. Those are slow laps on the right hand side. There's our Turkish friends. I have hit quite a lot of people in this race. Don't think fourth gear is going to work through there. But yeah, I've hit quite a few people actually, which I hope is unlike me. All over the shop. What's going on? Slap on the mediums. Come on. Just a little bit sloppy in this race, actually, on my part. Is anyone going to pit on the last lap? Just being a bit cautious on the throttle. I think there's a lot more of these tyres I could use. There's a light flashing in the bottom right hand corner. It doesn't flash on my other account. I don't know which one it is. It flashes red. Is it just a brake indicator? See if we can catch this guy. Maybe, maybe not. Obviously got the pace in this race, just I think I made quite a few mistakes. Could be interesting. Maybe Parabolica. probably my bad, but he was kind of in the middle of the road there. Well, the first half was pretty typical Monza. That's a long way behind the leaders. That time is 10 seconds behind Detonator's time yesterday of 18:38. That's still a lot further down than I would have wanted, but I mean, look at the penalties. Only the guy in first place doesn't have a penalty. These people not doing the right tyres, I guess, getting a big penalty. This race could literally destroy your account. I think it's obviously a bit worse in these lobbies, but... Jelly Jane, a brake check. Yeah, there was a... Where was that? Was that going into Parabolica the first time? Or could have just been braking earlier, that's where they were comfortable braking. Ian, yeah, this is completely Borstal class. It's just going to be red SRs at the end of this. What's going on with 5th place? 15th? Oh, we're just waiting for them. Mr. President not finishing. Catch up on the chat. I thought I was going to get a clean race achievement. I'm going to find this livery for my main account. We've gone down to E, SR. We've just been reset in the alt account. You can place your bets on what the SR is at the moment. I'm going to say 8. Wow. Okay. So, if you've searched the name of this account in Kudos Prime, you'll see what my SR is at the moment, and let me know if you've seen a lower SR than that. Pajamas. The Simpsons should now sponsor a GT3 car. Or Fox, whoever owns them. Why an hour penalty? Let's let this guy know. It's not tyres. But, I mean, again, if you're a new driver coming into GT Sport and you've got the best will in the world and you watch the sport mode videos and everything and you're really excited, and then these kind of lobbies are your introduction. I guess that wasn't really a dirty lobby actually, and to be honest I should have done a lot better in that lobby. We'll do another race C. 1 hour penalty. Was it a 1 hour penalty? Must have been a minute. Obviously in that race we didn't change the medium scene enough. Possibly didn't fuel save enough, but... Clean lobby, dirty driver stream. I'll put my hands up there. I did misjudge it on a couple of occasions, actually. Of no fault of anyone else. That's a bit disappointing. Yep, 1 SR. Can you go lower than 1 SR? Does GT Sport just say, actually, sorry mate, come back another time? We got reset. We got reset from SMDRC. I'm a bit torn because I do want to do this in my main account, but I've heard bad things and I'm seeing bad things. See you, Jelly Jonah. Thanks for joining. Early start tomorrow. Hope it goes well for you if you're racing daily race this week. Good luck. Godspeed. Good time, Steve. In a daily race B, 45.8. Very good time. I don't know what your optimal is, but that's super quick. I don't know if you're using the RCZ again. Detonator, I still don't know what bloody car to use. Corvette, Popular V12. I don't know. I've heard good things about the Vantage on fuel. We were going to use it for FIA on Saturday, and then we stuck with the Beetle, which is horrible on fuel. I mean, the F1 is really quick down the straights. FIA Wreckfest tomorrow. Tsukuba rally cars. I mean, are they going to turn the penalty system off for that as well? I mean, how is that going to work? First game race C, I just smashed through the pit menu, didn't refuel. Just gave yourself a stop-go penalty. Well, you did at 18:38 yesterday in lobby. I can't remember what car that was, but I thought that was a pretty good time and a pretty good benchmark to try and beat. I'll try and be cleaner this time. That's the least I can do. CJ Jonah, good luck. Have a good time work tomorrow. That was a Jag and it felt great to drive. If it's good on fuel as well, that's a pretty good combo. I'm just trying to remember what happened in that race. Didn't we... Was it the second chicane we spun around? But we didn't lose that much time. But we were 35 seconds behind the leader. I guess we did take it easy a lot. Let's be a bit more aggressive this time, but cleaner. If that's not an oxymoron. I've no idea what this lobby is going to be like. One SR. Well, if you're going to reset it, do it properly. Okay, no E drivers, all D drivers. Benson Mutton. Babash. Lots of Spaniards down here. This is like taking a... You know this very small submarines they take down to the bottom of the ocean and like look at all these cool things that live at the bottom of the ocean. That's what's happened to my SR. Gone all the way down the little submarine to one SR. And there's like those fish that have the light in front of their jaws. Will just snap you. That's where we are. Thanks to Jenna for smashing the like button. When I get some free time that I'm not streaming, because streaming is pretty much all my free time at the moment, I will set up the stream deck and get those kind of things on the fly, make it a bit more professional. Going to be karting this weekend with On the Podium and Roswald. That's an interesting flag for NASA's. Is that... What flag is that? Is that Malta or something? That's not Malta flag. What is that flag? I don't know what that flag is. The guy in 9th place. Yeah, Ian, if that was Borstal, I don't know what this is. This is like death row. I don't know if you're going to be risking that DR rating, Andy, but... Right, let's see what happens. People are revving away without a care in the world. Burn that fuel. Someone's in the Beetle. Brave. Someone spent a lot of time on this livery. It's also the kind of sky blue is just perfect. I'm going to hang back at turn 1 again. Those upshifts were so depressing. Wow, very clean actually. Look at that. I've seen A+ lobbies a lot worse than that. I was certain that was going to be a penalty. Absolutely certain. Whoop. Something's happened here. Ooh. On the brakes. Thing is, for that corner right with the Alpha, if you want to go side by side on the brakes on the outside, if you don't make the corner first, I think you really have to back out, otherwise you're going to end up on the gravel. I do genuinely think that. Not really fuel saving that much. Whoa, someone's coming in fast, just avoided them. Whoops. Spoke too soon. Don't think we've got any SR downs at the moment. Hard Rock Benson. Whoa, it's all kicked off there. I swear, if that's that Alpha again. Anyway, makes it more interesting, I guess. Work our way back up the field. No. Nice save. It's tough, this. I get the feeling that this Babash guy isn't going to hang around. So that lap was 15 seconds slower. I think we'll try and put the mediums on quite early this time. How are we going to get past Babash? Babash or Babashi? Or like Babachi? Whoa, Babachi, mate. No, you've killed me. If he doesn't get a pen for that. This guy likes a bit of a sideways line to that corner. Babachi's going to kill him. No! Wow. It's like playing a different game, this. Someone's pitting quite early. Almost a good move by the Swede there. Babachi's off. This guy's on the controller. Go for it. No. I think we might pit this lap. Catching the leader. Now that was a terrible move. So I wanted to go upside of Benson, but I couldn't really. That move was never on because this guy was always going to be there. Is this early to go on the mediums? Probably a bit too much thug life, yeah. I'll be close this. Quite a aggressive sticker on the back. Skull and Bones, not the EU one. Get a penalty for that. So I'm going to say he span out, we didn't actually touch. But in that kind of situation, I'm not sure what you do, because we both were trying to be late on the brakes, and then what can you do when you're both on the brakes like that? Because you can't brake anymore. least we can use this guy's slipstream. D move, going into T1. Nicely done. Lots of Spaniards. Still to go. Oops. Ah, nice cluster of cars ahead. Good. I feel like we've been in the wars in this race. Being a bit more liberal with the fuel now, which might come back and haunt me. But I think it will. It's going to be Monster Bob versus Siso Bob going into Parabolica. Fair play if you can go around the outside. Give you the space. Very fair play. On my inside. Oh, okay, so anyway. I was going to let him pass. Quite good on the brakes, this guy. It's a shame, we could have had a good battle with that guy. Monster Bob. That's got to be a cut for me, surely. Yeah. Oops. Nice. He's not going to be happy about that. Do I sense a punt incoming? Let's go very defensive. Shame about the penalty. Can lose a bit of momentum. Oops. Tyres aren't going to be great on the last lap. I'm thinking probably am going to do this race on the main account. I just feel like the racing is going to be cleaner at that level. Losing time for the guy ahead, so that wasn't a good line through that corner for me. Ooh, he's kicking off behind. Still a massive amount off the leader here. Penalty? Nope. Now didn't this guy pit a lap earlier than me? Say either he's on the hards or very worn mediums. Spanish sandwich here. Yeah, the leader is so far ahead. It's unreal. Latent powder. Second place had a moment there. I think he hit the grass in entry. I think we're all just a bit too far away from each other. Just a bit too far away. Is that a McLaren F1 up there? He might have been fuel saving quite aggressively. Yeah, McLaren F1. So that time from the number one driver was pretty much the same as Detonator's time yesterday. But look at the penalties again. I mean, there's only been one driver in each race that hasn't got a penalty. Babache finishing in 11th. I can't recommend doing this on the main account. it's not even that there's a lot of malicious driving. It's just the nature of the exit from turn 2 and the exit from the second chicane is that if the guy ahead of you gets a bit of wheel spin or gets a bit sideways, you will hit them. And then if you want to overtake someone going into Ascari and they don't yield, then there's going to be contact. And then you add in dive bombs or people breaking too late into Parabolic at turn 1, and it's just a recipe for disaster. We've gone from E to C. How we've all gone up in the SR rankings. Weren't we all E before? 28 SR. I'll take that. Only 900 D, are they? I don't know how you're finding it, but also, do we know? I should say the replay. That guy was what, 30 seconds ahead or something. So Detonator did it in the Jaguar yesterday with a bit of fuel saving, I guess. Or maybe the fuel saving is not worth it. Just go. Well, actually, to be fair, my lap times were absolutely hideous. I think we'll do another race C unless anyone wants to wait for race B. That's a long wait. Stephen the Viper for race B, 45.4. I mean, you're getting dangerously close to the 144s. So that's a seriously quick time. Andy, I don't remember it being this bad. You should really get a good quali. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said yesterday. I said, let's just check. I said, theoretically, if you get a good quali at both of these, then all the chaos will happen behind you and you'll just drive off into the sunset. And maybe that's what happened to the Twitch guy in the last race. To be fair, in the last race, we all got through turn 1 and 2 pretty nicely. It just went pretty chaotic after that. But yeah, quali is super, super important. And to be fair, you know, this is the first... I've only raced an Assault account, what, like a couple of days? So previously I was always on my main account, and I have really good memories from Monza, usually because I smashed the quali, and I'm in first place, and I'm having a battle with a couple of people. But we're way ahead of the carnage. So yeah, racing from the back does exacerbate it, for sure. Ow, EA on the alt account. Hopefully, yeah. Spanish loaf. You went from last to fourth. 900 DR isn't bad. That is true. But I think I lost 10,000 DR in the reset. Did I go down to 1,000 DR? Because I was on 10,000 before, so that's a 9,000 loss. So I'd need to do 9 races like that to build up the DR. It's so painful, isn't it? Detonator, I'm racing on my alt account and I'm finding most of the problems come when cars ahead go side by side in the chicane and they stall. You either run to the back of them or slow down as someone hits you. That's exactly right. Good night, Andy. Hopefully this is maybe good, what's the word, intel, that not worth risking the main account in these races. Sounds like the alt account is going well. But Detonator, I completely agree. It's like, it's not just a case that you can hang back, because if you do, you get smashed from behind. So That's why I think it will work in the higher lobbies, because people won't spin out. But at these lobbies, you just can't be behind someone very close. And yeah, I think penalties in that would be shortcuts and chicane. I think a lot of my penalties in that race were shortcuts and the chicane. You're right, actually. Maybe they're not all SR down. Yeah, actually, so you're completely right. They're not SR down penalties, they're time penalties. So that's really important context. Yeah, it's just weird they're racing in these lobbies. It's and a lot of people have good pace. Like the guy in a Citroen was outbraking me all the time, but then just tried to ram me off somewhere. So, see you, Andy. 43 DR off C. Okay. Hopefully we'll make it. Thanks as always for joining. We're going to do one more race. We do tend to do the late slot in these streams. We don't necessarily need to. I just know there's lots of stuff to do in the evenings. It does. This really reminds me of going down to local karting track and just entering a open race. And there's no word to describe it. Maybe it's another word we need on the stream, but you need to constantly be aware. And I think, as you said it, Detonator, it's not that everyone lacks pace, it's just people have different tolerances for what's acceptable. And some people will die for every corner. So I don't know what the word is, but in these kind of races you need to be very alert. You need to kind of try and identify the personalities of drivers you're racing against. But it does remind me a lot of that. Couple of C's. Clean bud, maybe a clean driver. That is irritating with the SR down, actually. The Bache in here as well. Because I was hoping to kind of grow this alt count a bit. I'd say we're still kind of on the ocean floor. But we're getting ready to... What's the opposite of submerge? Rise? Rise doesn't sound like a nautical term. Then what's the opposite of submerge? Ascend. We're getting ready to ascend. What's the SR saying? 29 SR. That's actually quite a big bump, isn't it? Actually, that's a huge bump. Racing with an Indian driver. I haven't seen any Indian drivers before. Potato Boy, 421. That's the first Indian driver I've seen in GT Sport. I would have thought they would have been in Oceaneer lobbies. I guess this is EMEA. Ah, I've got bumped off and got the penalty. What can I say? Ah, here we go again. Why do I do this to myself? EB. Well, your SR's higher than mine, and you were EA. EA Games. Still good practice, yeah. For quali as well. We'll be able to kind of hopefully smash in a good quali lap. Simeone 7. Lost someone? Whoa. Should we just sack off the fuel saving for this race? Let's just go full send. Beta was a bit naughty there. Squiznut. Whoa. No. That's a shame. Right, let's just go absolutely full send now. Let's use the fuel like it's the last days on Earth. No penalties yet. I'm not sure there's much I could have done at that second chicane, to be honest. I was just kind of minding my own business. I actually pulled out before we entered. That's very interesting. I didn't get a penalty there. Whoops. I didn't get a penalty there, but I got a massive boost through the chicane. And then for some reason I didn't get a penalty when I nudged that guy off. I just got an SR down. Penalty gods are in my favour at the moment. Just sacrifice another V8 at the altar. Oh, it's all kicking off here. Only 12 seconds off the leader. I mean, we'll pay for it in the pits, but I much prefer being racy. That's an interesting livery. What's that? Is that teeth? To get a bit closer. It's our Indian friend. What is this? Yeah, I kind of caused that. I only got a half a second track limit penalty for my sins. I know what you're going to say, Ian, and it is true. I was admiring the livery, and I did sort of forget about the breaking point. Babache. Oops. I've done that quite a few times, but I feel like I'm braking a bit earlier, but then I'm not getting stopped in time. It's interesting. Let's try and get the move done on the battery ASAP. Lost the Indian. Am I going to get a penalty for that? Nope. There was Aston all over the track. Didn't get a penalty. Something's happened to it's the Indian again. Woo. Right, got to do the battery all over again. I thought that guy was a lot closer. Ah, interesting racing. Right, maybe pit next lap. Might need to. I've definitely picked up penalties for that kind of contact before. This could be interesting. Very lucky there. I was kind of anticipating him doing that actually, a little bit. Right, I think we'll pick this lap. Someone's off. Leaders in the pits, only 8 fuel. I guess that means he's not fuel saving. Even we've got more fuel, I guess no one's fuel saving then. That's interesting. Sit in the pits now for an age. It's a feisty race this one, isn't it? Definitely elbows out. It's like touring cars. Never know where to brake there coming out the pits. Well, I think this guy bottled it at the next chicane last time. Let's hope he gets it right, or we can just get the move done. Ooh. Oh no. Really? Time to get the move done on the battery again. That was almost a carbon copy of what happened in the last race. Needs to be a bit later in the break there, I think. Could be interesting. Ooh, really? I didn't feel like I cut it, but oh well. Obviously I did. Don't tell me the battery's going to get past again. This guy. Here we go. The Bache, mate, come on. Fully deserved 2-second penalty there for the Spaniard. It's on a bit of a rampage now. Let me just reach into the popcorn here for turn 1. Is it worth me getting involved? I'm just going to get caught up in this. I can still make the corner. Don't be surprised to see a yellow flag in about 5 seconds. It's all clean. Ghosting is so underrated. See that? think we were both quite fair there, actually. You probably didn't see me. Did a little bit of avoidance there. See if we can catch this guy. I think we've got the pace in him. Decent exit. Good for fuel. It's the first clean overtake we've had in a long time. $20 off the leader again, but we have lost a lot of time, I think. Fully going for the fastest lap now. Nope. Ah, there we go. Not going to happen. Oh, we've got it already. Nice. This guy might be hurting on fuel actually. Should have been able to catch him maybe. Going very slowly. Might have run out. Grant, has anyone tried just going straight on a turn 1 and taking the penalty? I think it will ghost you. I thought about doing it in iRacing. Oh, did someone get a minute penalty? Fun race, actually. I mean, getting past Babachi was a bit of a mission. I don't know where he's dropped down to. DNF, probably just disqualified, and some of the other drivers as well. Good battles though. Building a nice little community, that's the idea, I guess. Hopefully on this stream I do the carnage of the daily race so you don't have to if you don't want to. so you can see what you're avoiding. I think we got at least one SR down in that race. Oh wow, there's a massive spider I'm seeing here. It's huge. That is massive. To get rid of it before the flatmates find out. DB on the odd count. 2,000 points. That is a huge haul. I might have to get rid of the spider. It's absolutely ginormous. Just bear with me because he's gonna hide something. Have a look. Look at this. Whoa. Oh shit. Did you get it? Oops. So we just had a spider emergency. Just rather deal with them when you can see them. It's a chunky boy. But unfortunately has now departed this realm. Okay, had a blue SR. Actually, so I tried to get the spider with a mop, and it did some kind of evasive manoeuvre, so we had to resort to the back of the Dyson Hoover, the handheld. Right, I wasn't planning on racing late tonight, but I'm having a lot of fun. It's a bit of a dilemma. Do we do one more? Or do we do a daily race B? That spider was just watching the telecast. Yeah, the thing is, it didn't actually like and subscribe. So that was the punishment. No bag, it's going to crawl out. Yeah, maybe, actually. It's just not the clear plastic thing. One more. Race C or race B? What would you like? How long have we got? Got a bit of time. What on earth is going on? Yeah, very unusual antics for a GT Sport stream. But we're not just limited to GT Sport. Yeah, ghosting at T1. The thing is, with the ghosting at T1, I think Shadow has come across it, is if you overtake someone that's been ghosted and reset, sometimes you can get a penalty for overtaking under yellows. Race C, if you got... Oh, shh, I ran out of time. Okay, race C. This will be the last race of the evening. I almost forgot to enter. They say you swallow, on average, 2 spiders a year while they're sleeping. No, yeah, I've heard that before. I don't really have a thing against spiders. I just just rather deal with them. Like I deal with dirty drivers at Monza. Let me check the DR. And what's the DR and what's the SR saying? 6,000 DR. We gained loads on that last race. We might have gained about 2,000, 3,000 points. We're almost at our previous high of 10,000 already. 32 SR. And we've done 24 races on the odd count, and we've won one. We've only won one race. It's not easy coming from the back. But I do have a bit of a dilemma because I would like to race at Monza with my main account against very fast drivers. That's fun. That's what it's all about. You know, racing the likes of Ruswald, etc. It's just risky. But I think we'll give it a shot. I'll do a quali, not tonight. I'll do a quali and get going at the top. I would like to kind of make a push for A+ on that account. I think it's doable. I think it requires good quali. Tech Grant, just when you're about to win the World Championship, that spider will leap from the roof onto your windscreen. Be a good little story, that. Who have we got here? Mila. Actually on again. Zanzara Zanu. A lot of C-rated drivers. Hopefully we can pick up some DR. I much prefer the just kind of thrash a car, forget about fuel saving. I think the fuel saving might work in the higher lobbies where you can use the slipstream of fast people, but in this lobby I think you just got to try and get past absolutely everyone you can. At least it's not too hot today. I think it's going to get hotter during the week. Going to be baking on Friday and Saturday. I wonder if people look at my livery and think this guy's not really taking it seriously. Good camera angle of that, isn't it? They showed that in F1. Good speed. So we got a Hungarian, some Germans, Greek, a couple of Poles. Phillip Island, a guy racing an MG. Is that the one in Australia? Had the sunroof fly open. Yeah, maybe one day I'll do car racing. I don't know. It's expensive. Although probably not as expensive as some levels of karting. Depends what you're racing. Didn't they have a good racer at the MotoGP a couple of years back? I miss. See that? I wanted to say I miss when, and I said wish. I miss when MotoGP was on terrestrial TV. When it was on the BBC, actually. I don't really follow it at all these days. And I actually went to see it at Silverstone at Barcelona a few times, just because I was into the championship and the riders. I think that's what you lose as a Motorsport Championship if you're not on free-to-air TV. Shifted up a bit early there. Got the F1 on my outside. It's fast. Whoa, oh no! Absolutely murdered. Take it easy through here. Easy. This is the version of the lap that we do on the first lap. Just gonna work our way up now. I'm staying defensive here, no funny business. Oh dear. So he gave me a tap going into the corner. I thought he was gonna, you know, use me for slipstream, but obviously not, and then punted me off. We're just doing the Roswell challenge. Give yourself as much of a opposite of a head start as possible. So we'll catch up with this pack quite quickly. Always a gamble to do that. Right, back in the race. Okay, interesting. So what position might be possible? I mean, we lost, what, about 20 seconds? P5? Okay, no brake markers there anymore. Obviously been some shenanigans going into Parabolica. Let's try and set fast laps at least, that's the least we can do. Maybe a cut. That was good teamwork with the spider actually, because I went with the mop and made a bot's job of it. But Kate was there with the Dyson immediately. It's back up. It's like in F1 if the wheel gun doesn't work, someone comes in with the second wheel gun. It's not really the same, but caught up with this train quite quickly, which is nice. You can see quite a lot of cars going through, so there might be loaded positions here actually. Yeah, everyone's going to miss their braking point for that now. Dangerous if this guy wants to go into the pits there. I'll be going in as well. Chill out, mate. That last one was me. Two can play at that game though. Likewise. Simpson's car is in elbows out mode. Woo. Right, working our way up. What can we see ahead of 8th? Okay. That's my bad. That's fair enough. Just timed it wrong. We should get rid of that braking marker permanently. It's a good leveler. Where did the beast will go? So 7th place ahead. I can't really see further than that in the helmet headset. Tyres at the end of this lap. Make a bit of a charge. On the mediums. It's all about the line through this corner. Stay defensive here. Almost bottled that. Right, okay, people in the pits, looking at the radar. It's a lot of ground to make up. Some people might be fuel saving a little bit. I'm not. It's going to be close. just about as late as I could brake. Okay, looking at the radar. We'll need some help above, I think. Let's try and get fastest laps at least. This guy's quite slow, exit. Just about time. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I thought I timed it perfectly that time. Maybe I didn't. Here's what it is. Maybe I just clipped him. So not going to be a fastest lap next lap. Don't mind this guy getting ahead, we can use him later for the slip. Go on then. The Lizard King. That might be a cut on the first one. Yep. It's close there, I think. He might catch me? No. So there's a group of cars going through Parabolica, 6th and 5th. Oh, he's pitting. And then... okay. Let's go for those purple sectors now. Put on the new tyres, get that bonus point. Hopefully be the fastest man on track. Fairly tidy so far, nothing spectacular, but tidy. That felt decent through Ascari. Punching holes into the guy ahead of us. This is going to be interesting. messy. Trying a bit too hard there. It's funny because I shifted up really early and then span it in seconds. Save the tyres a bit and maybe go for it again on the last lap. Bit of an average finishing position actually, but I think we did lose 20 seconds at the beginning of the race. Which we've kind of lost in every race. People are fighting ahead. Second one was pretty good. Tyres definitely aren't as good. So it's not probably not going to be a better lap. Might be a cut. Nope. Someone gone very deep there. They have. Is that a block? We'll get him anyway because of the penalty. It's a shame for him. And that guy ahead hadn't done the tyres, I think. Yeah. Okay, so if we hadn't lost those 20 seconds, we'd be fighting for third, I guess. Having come from the back. But difficult race in the back, this one, but quite fun actually. So we can always do this on the odd count this week. And I think if we can stay out of trouble on the first lap, we'll kind of make better progress. Night, Steve, I missed you. He has an awful livery, take him out. I don't know who that was. Probably did take him out though. I wonder what it'd be like if the game had a good penalty algorithm and people had to actually pay for the damage of the cards. The damage point is interesting, as in if you had to pay for it. That is a really interesting concept. I think, were we a C driver before? Well, we are now anyway. It's funny how it doesn't kick off in the chat in these races. There's like no back chat, but when you get into the A lobbies, there's often quite a lot. Maybe there's a bit now. Fastest lap. It's pretty good. Yeah, we will do an iRacing stream to kind of see what that's like. I haven't really done. I think I've done one licensed event in iRacing. It's like the kind of equivalent of the daily races. But we will definitely do some iRacing. And maybe some ACC on PC. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, I know it's a late one. I wasn't planning on going late, but we just have lots of fun. If I can, I'd like to start earlier and finish earlier, but that depends on a lot of other things. Thanks for joining, Ian. Hopefully that gave you the intel on whether you're going to do these daily races or not. I'm still in two minds a bit in terms of using my main account. It's night, Ian. Night owl. Night attack Grant. Going to mow the grass. Must be on the other side of the world somewhere. I think down under, if I remember. Night owl as well. Working on that alt account. Be interesting to talk next time on how you're finding it in terms of not qualifying, not racing from the back. Is it actually a little bit better? Should we do that on the stream? Australia, nice. Morning time. But otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks as always for joining. It's good fun those daily races because I'm not bothered about the rating being on the line. It would be slightly different. Well, it would be massively different if I was on the main account, because that kind of constant jeopardy of am I going to get reset? Anyway, night all and morning, Tat Grant. Hope you have a very nice day tomorrow or today. I think we'll try and give FIA a crack tomorrow. So yeah, but until next stream, thanks all for joining as always, and see you next time.